Okay, you guys have like no idea. I can show you, and it's not full now because I've taken a bunch out from past videos that I've been doing, but I have a giant laundry basket sitting in front of me to hold things. Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to part 3 of my eyeshadow palette collection. This is just where I've just going through, not to brag, just to show you what I have, because I really enjoy watching these videos and snooping into people's collections and seeing what they have. So I thought it would be fun to put it out there for those of you that want to snoop and see what I have. Again, this is part 3. I will leave parts 1 and 2 in the description box below, as well as link them up here in the cards for you so you can go and check them out if it's something you're interested in. For part 3, I am going specifically through palettes that I have purchased off of eBay, AliExpress, Amazon, that sort of thing, or my Makeup Revolution Beauty eyeshadow palettes, because I do have quite a bit of those in my collection. I usually stick to brands that I know and I'm familiar with when I'm purchasing off of those platforms, so a lot of these are, there's not a lot of variety of brands here. A lot of them are multiple palettes from a few different brands. So, getting started, I didn't really realize this, and I did this in the last one that I started with, but I have a Beauty Glazed palette that I did purchase off of AliExpress. But it is the Lemon palette, so this could have actually gone in the last video when I was talking about Beauty Glazed, but this is what this one looks like, and it's actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today. And I really like this palette. It blended really nice, so just saying, don't judge AliExpress and eBay and Amazon makeup, because some of it is bad. Some of it, you know, I'd be afraid that my eyeballs might fall out. But when you find things that you trust, when you can read reviews and you kind of go slow and dip your toes in it and gradually find what works and what sellers you trust, you can find some really nice products in there. So I do have next up brands, and again, I got them off various platforms, whether it be eBay, AliExpress, or Amazon, but it is all right now the brand UCanBe. So this one, I will admit, is a little questionable as far as the brand, because when I go on to AliExpress where I purchased this, it comes up as UCanBe. But it says Cageling and Erinnyes on it. It doesn't say UCanBe anywhere in it, but it does have a lot of writing in, you know, some Asian language that I don't recognize because I don't speak it. But again, this is the Cageling palette. It has beautiful packaging. Look at this. And then on the back, and then it flips up. And I have to say, when it comes to these type of brands off of AliExpress and eBay and Amazon, if I find that they don't work, you won't even see it in my collection unless I'm doing a video reviewing it and letting you know how bad it is. If it's a bad eyeshadow palette, I'm not going to show you. Not in something like this. If I'm holding on to it, it's something that I really like and I'm impressed with, and that goes for all of these eBay, Amazon, and AliExpress palettes that I'm about to show you now. So I'm not going to repeat it over and over, but each one of these is really, really good. The Cageling palette. I have the Emancipation II palette. They do have one, if you go on and order this, they have one that's just called Emancipation #1, and it is a dupe for, I believe, the Modern Renaissance, whereas this is a dupe for the subculture. So you want, if you want #2, or if you want the subculture, you have to look for Emancipation #2. I have the Rhythm palette, which is a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, which was one I always kick myself for missing out on, and I have this, and I have to say, I mean, I said it a few minutes ago, but really good palette. How'd you stain your sleeve? I don't keep those. Neighbors cutting the grass. I have the Magic Spell palette, and I think this is a dupe for one of the Lime Crime ones, I do believe. I have the Aromas palette, which is a dupe for the new Nude palette. And then I have the Mask palette. Again, beautiful packaging on this, and I was super impressed when I wore this. And I tried this out. Fantastic quality. It just blows me away. Next I have the brand Focallure, and although I'm not impressed and I I'm staying away from the brand a little bit now just because on a personal level, ordering off of their website, I've had problems, but when I order off other platforms that they sell on with other sellers, I don't have a problem, and I do enjoy the quality of these palettes. I have the Twilight palette, which looks like this. It might be a dupe for something. I can't recall at the time or at this moment. I have the Everchanging palette. And I have the Sweet as Honey palette. And then the last palette that I have that I picked off, I believe off of AliExpress, is the Handaiyan, and it's by the brand Handaiyan, and this is the Golden Time palette. And we did have a little, you know, little something happen with this shadow. It just kind of crumbled and fell apart. Might have been because I dropped it. It might have come like that when I got it. Not sure, but the rest of the palette is fine and perfectly lovely. Oh, I lied. 2 more palettes that I bought. I think off eBay, maybe AliExpress. These aren't available anymore, but they are fantastic quality. This is the 35H, and they aren't Morphe palettes by any means, and these particular ones don't coincide with any Morphe palettes, but this is what this one looks like. And I used to have 5 or 6 of these, but I decluttered a bunch, and it wasn't because they weren't good, I wasn't using them. And this is the 35C. I didn't realize that part 3 was going to take me this long to go through. Not that it is super long by any means, but if I keep it going, it's going to be longer than what I would like it to. So I'm going to end part 3 here, and I will move on to my Makeup Revolution and Revolution Beauty palettes in part 4. Let me know in the comments below if you have tried anything from eBay or AliExpress, or what's the other one? Amazon. Any palettes that you have tried. Have you tried any of these brands before? Are you familiar with them? Are you scared to try these kind of things? Because I know a lot of people are. It's, you know, it kind of is a little risky when you're buying stuff like that off of those platforms because you're never sure what you're going to get. I always try when I am buying from these type of places to look for the actual brand. They're usually like AliExpress has the UCanBe store, which you can purchase their products off of. And same with Amazon and that sort of thing. I try not to buy it from outside parties beyond what is their actual store that is selling on that platform, if that makes sense. But let me know some other things that maybe you purchased from those platforms, Amazon, eBay, AliExpress, that sort of thing. Have you found any gems that I haven't mentioned here that you really like, some brands, that sort of thing? I'd be curious to know because I'm always up for checking out those kind of things and seeing what is out there. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.